I was talking about delving into mental health. It's very important. During the holidays, sometimes, you get a bit stressed. You're far away from family, like me. Far away from family. You see pictures of people on IG with their matching, pajama sets, and then you wish that you were close to your family, but you still have to work and put money in your pocket. And so far away from family, that stress, the loneliness, all of that. We have a specialist psychiatrist and a member of the Psychiatric Association of Ghana, Dr. Robert Isua, to help us navigate through those kind of pressures right here on the show. Doc, you're welcome.
Thank you.
How are you doing?
I'm fine. Are you?
I'm very well, thank you.
That's good.
Are we talking about mental health enough in Ghana now?
Yeah, I think we are doing our best. There's still a lot to be done, but we are doing our best. And I think you, the media, need to also help us as well, because we need to still let people know that they need to take care of their mental health. And sometimes it is through some of this avenue that we are able to reach out to people, for people to be aware of what they are supposed to do at what time and what not to be done.
Right. Why do you think that, or why is it that during the holidays, you're supposed to be having fun, it's supposed to be stress-free? Why is that particular time that you get a lot of stress mentally? And I'll put myself as an example. On the 25th, when I woke up, yes, I called my mother, I called my brother, my cousins were all together, and I felt a bit lonely because I was here in Accra all alone. Why is it that it's supposed to be a fun time, but then for some people, there's a lot of pressure
I think,
on
yes,
us?
it's supposed to be joyful, making fun, but yes, it could be stressful as well. And then sometimes what we need to do is that we use the term stress most of the time. What is it? So when we talk about stress, it's simply, let me put it this way, maybe I'll explain technically and then break down to make it very simple. So it's just a physical or emotional or psychological strain that arises when the individual sees that maybe the life pressures that are being put on him or her, he can't cope or adapt to it.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's like, let me put this to the life pressures that maybe come to us. Every individual has a way of dealing with it, but some are not able to really cope, or it's so much that you can't cope with it or you can't adapt to it.
Right.
Then it becomes an issue. So if you are looking at the stress as it is, there are some components. There's what they call the stressor. So the stressor is just, it could be an internal or external event, or a situation, or even a demand. Like sometimes in examinations, some people come, they are stressed up, they have to ask them to relax and breathe and all that kind of thing. So just a demand. It could also be financial pressure. During these holidays, people are meeting, and sometimes you are expected to really dish out some money. Sometimes, by the end of the day, it's like during this festive time, it's like we are all taking financial statement or account of what we have done. Yeah. So you look back, beginning of the January, I thought I could do this and this and this and this. I thought maybe I could finish this my house. Somebody has traveled all the way. Maybe he lives abroad. He has sent money. He's coming. He has high expectation. But you come in and see that no, what maybe you were expecting, you didn't get. The family pressure, like you said, you go to social media, some are sort of enjoying, you see pictures here and there. And then you begin to compare yourself. That am I doing better at all? So sometimes even they compare to your peers, your cousins, your relatives, and then they see that, like sometimes, so all these things come in, and you are stressed up. The year is ending, maybe your rent is even up. Then you are supposed to attend other events, show off. Sometimes you go with friends and you see that what they are bringing is like, for you, you are really struggling. It's like you are not making any sense. So all these things, it gives you some kind of demand that sometimes if you are not careful, you can't cope. So that the stressor comes in there. Then when it comes in, then it's like we have what you call the appraiser. How you evaluate the stressor or how you perceive it. So the stress only comes in when the person, like maybe me myself, I've seen something like there's a demand that I can't deal with it. Then I see this one is overwhelming, or it's like it's uncontrollable. Then you're under stress. So what happens that the body begins to now respond. So response from the body and then the brain. So we have what we call the emotional response. You become anxious. So 2026 is it going to be the same? That's why you become irritable.
Yeah.
That is emotional. Then you have what you call like cognitive response as well. So your brain, sometimes you have poor concentration, excessive worry, because you are worried that how is it going to be? Because I thought I could do this, I thought maybe, but now sometimes family they're asking you call your mom or your father, Merry Christmas, so what is to make merry about? When are you getting married? When are you getting me the next son? It's like if you're a woman and maybe you are married for a year or two.
They're expecting a baby.
Yes, childbirth, you're expecting a baby. Or your house in the village, they expect you to finish so that your mother moves in. So when are you finishing the house? That kind of. Yeah. So like you begin to worry, and that's why you can't even concentrate at work. Then you have what you call the physiological response. So you think about you are worried, and sometimes you see that your heart begins to beat fast. You sit down, you are resting, but you feel that your heart is beating fast. Doesn't mean that that's the only cause. You can have heart issues. Yeah. But sometimes you see that there's muscle tension. Yeah. You are tense up. You're almost like you are choked. You can't even breathe well. You're having dizziness. You feel very weak. You feel like your legs are weak. So you are really going through a lot of things. Yeah. So that one, then we say you are stressed up. So during these festivities, people go through a lot of things. Because the demands alone, sometimes you go to church, you are supposed to show off this program you are supposed to do. Those of us from far. Sometimes the family expect you by now should be in the village to take part in a traditional program. Maybe like people who have lost, maybe you have lost your mother or your father. So you are supposed to be there, maybe there's an anniversary. And this coincides with this festive period. So you begin to now look, oh, I've lost, if my mother was there, you go there. Sometimes you feel sad. Yeah. You get worried because it's like, you are now looking back, you have lost maybe a loved one, your wife, your child. Sometimes this is the time that the family will say, oh, we are doing an anniversary. Instead of it to be joy, then you think about, oh, I've lost this person left my life, so I feel lonely. Because loneliness is not like the person is not around, though. Yes, you can get people around, but I can still feel lonely because they're in an emotional state where you feel empty, you feel disconnected. Yeah. Are you getting it? Yeah. So it's like the person's around you, but sometimes it's like you'll be there, everybody is watching social media, but there are people that you can talk to and feel that you are emotionally attached. That person is no more. Yeah. So during these festivities or during this period that you are now going to sit back, then it's like you are recalling what happened in the year. And some people really go through stress because they see that, oh, I've lost this one, oh, my wife is not there, this period that I lost my wife. Sometimes even during Christmas, that they have lost their loved one or somebody close to them. So every time that Christmas or New Year comes, then they recall those memories, and it's really very distressing to them.
Wow. The issue of mental health in Ghana, I know that there's been a lot of effort that you as an association have put in, to try and get people to start opening up and talking about these things. How much are people really talking now? Do you find that people are talking now? And then I want you to address the issue of holiday loneliness. Okay. What is it?
Yeah. So when you talk of holiday loneliness, sometimes, like I explained earlier, we always have the understanding that during holidays, people have left their job. Maybe you have some few days off to really build your family and then kind of have an association. But that's not true. You can be far away from the family because of work, from school, or from other commitments that you're supposed to do. Sometimes, like, ideally, maybe during this Christmas, I wish that I'm in the village. So I'm with my peers, my friends that we grew up from the village, those that we used to go and play football and that kind of. Yeah. But I'm not there. Yeah. Sometimes you look back and you feel lonely, even though you are with people. Yeah. But the people that you really connect. Yeah. Yes, during this period too, sometimes this is where family conflicts are being resolved. Sometimes somebody goes, maybe they lost their mother, there were a lot of issues during the funeral, that kind of, so want to meet, maybe share the property and see how things are done. Somebody goes there, he's not listening to, he's not giving you any audience, like nothing. So the person lives there, even though there are people there, he lives there, he feels lonely. Okay. But loneliness is like emotional state. Unlike when we say, I'm lonely, that one, yes, like nobody is there. Yeah. But that one may not be like a disorder, like you want to.
You are just alone.
I just want to be alone. Yeah. Maybe I take reflection and then see what I can be done. Sometimes short time, then you are fast. I want to be alone. Leave me alone. Sometimes yes, you are even praying you are just taking. But when the person says he's lonely, he's feeling loneliness. Sometimes yes, you can be with a child, but you think that you give everything. I had a situation like that. The man came, so no, doctor, all that she needs, I provide, and that kind of thing. And the child said, no, he feels lonely. Because the father is there, you don't talk to the person. There's no that connection. It can even be between a spouse. Like you come from work, you are tired, maybe you just take your shower, you look at social media, small thing. You don't even ask the person how was work, how was your side, and how is house, and that kind of thing. The next day you just leave, you put money there. Just like that. Some people also come holiday, like I said, they are resolving issues, but he has come all the way maybe from outside, traveled to Ghana to come and be with the family, but it comes like that disconnection. Somebody has stayed maybe US and UK for like 10 or 15 years. The culture and the mindset has changed. Yeah. Yes, what do you want, what you are talking about, he doesn't see it to be necessary. So he puts in a point, or maybe the lifestyle has changed, the way he dresses and that kind of thing. So the person leaves, the person is there, all right, there are people there, but he's feeling lonely because he doesn't feel connected, he feels empty, he doesn't feel that he's being listened to and that kind of thing. So there are some people who leave family gatherings and that kind of thing. People also go, and then you see like family gatherings. Then we are merging sources. So that the car that you came in, that kind of, people have come with their children, and that kind of, so the person lives there, he feels more lonely than that because see that I'm not doing well. Oh, this my cousin came with 3 kids. This one, even I married before, that kind of thing. Or this my friend came, I even started work and blah, blah, blah. But see the kind of car, even whether the person has gone to rent, he might not even know. So, like, I'm not making, so success and all those things we measure. And then it creates a lot of loneliness in people.
My goodness.
What coping mechanisms can we adopt in such situations when you're feeling lonely, stressed? And all
Yeah, so I normally say sometimes when we want to cope with stress, there are better ways to deal with it, and there are, let's say, abnormal ways. Some people will want to use substances like alcohol to deal with it, and that's the commonest thing. And during festivities, too, alcohol is like
in abundance.
Yes, in abundance. And social is like it's accepted. Oh, yanumbi, like this time around, let's take let's make merry or let's enjoy. So some will take alcohol, and then it becomes a problem because when you are taking alcohol, sometimes it can even worsen. If you have depression, if you have anxiety, if you have any mental illness, it can also worsen it. Can even create conflict. Well, at a point, you can't control yourself. By the time you finish, you see that you have created conflict and that kind of thing. You go home, maybe your spouse doesn't accept what you are doing and that kind of can also create a family conflict and all those things. So normally, what I always say is that you look at the situation. Like the example that I give, you are going to maybe the village to meet your mother-in-law. Maybe you are married for a year or 2, there's no child. Or you are going home, financially, maybe you were once seen to be like the one sponsoring the family. But maybe things are not working the way they are supposed to be. So you are going back to a village. Maybe you have to sort of plan possible answers to give so that maybe why, you are married for 2 years. Sometimes, see, people can make joke, but may be very intrusive or expensive to another person. So the person, somebody meets so when are we expecting you a child?
Our grandchild.
Yeah, our grandchild. So sometimes, yes. So if you prepare, you expect that as you are going to a village or as you are going to meet friends, somebody asks you, when are you changing your car? You have used this car for a long time. The car is not giving you trouble.
No, at all.
But friends are giving you pressure to change it. So don't worry, I'm working on it. When the time comes, you will see. So mommy, like we've gone to hospital, everything is fine with us. It's just a matter of time. So don't worry. So that one, see, then it makes it easier for you. And then sometimes you need to also plan realistically.
Right.
During this festive period, people are buying a lot of things. New clothes, maybe financial, see that, after this, you are going to pay school fees, you are going to pay rent, and other things. Sometimes even your work has ended. Maybe they gave you a contract. It's 2 years. By the end of this year, it has ended. So you need to now plan. Are you going to spend all the money that you have during the festive period? No, plan with the family. That even though we have old clothes, but I think we can still use it. And then maybe children, sometimes children were case, we want Christmas together, we get new clothes. But sometimes you look at them and say, no, we are going to just do this. Be realistic to yourself. Don't just maybe follow the social media. Don't just follow the crowd. Don't let the pressure overcome you. Otherwise, you end up spending everything. You end up putting excessive pressure on yourself. Don't compare yourself to other people. Sometimes I always say that every positive thing that has happened in your life from January up to now, embrace it, take it. Sometimes, yes, we all put plans together. That I wish I could have done this. You miss some of them, you are not able to do. Those that you have done, just praise yourself that have done this.
What about the negatives?
Yes, the negatives are there. Yes, I planned this. Sometimes maybe it was maybe procrastination or something like that. Sometimes you put all together. Even in the worst state, you have to say that you are still alive. Because once you have health, you see, if you allow stress and a lot of things to really overcome you, you lose your mental health. And once you lose your mental health, your physical health is also gone. Yeah. Yes, you might be going through a lot of strugglings, but how to cope is that be realistic to yourself. Have compassion to yourself. Accept maybe your mistakes, and then also see your strengths. See what you have done. You don't always have to look at the negative. Sometimes that's what happens. Then you become depressed. You have low mood. You are not able to eat. You are not able to sleep because you're only looking at the negative. Oh, I wasn't able to do this. Compared to my peers, I have failed. The life is not maybe worth living. Maybe I better leave this world than to continue. But that is not the solution. Right. So all that you need to do is that, just like a company taking a financial statement, you look at this. Oh, I started from January. Maybe along this side I was doing well, but along here maybe I was not doing well. Then you see what can be done. Yeah. That's how we move on. Sometimes there are family issues. This is a time to sit down to discuss. Maybe I did well, I didn't do well. Sometimes be frank to your partner that I have not done well in this. There's a friend, I have not done, maybe you had issue with a friend. Just reach out to the person that I have not done well with it. And then sometimes it is better to come out. Let people know, maybe a trusted friend, discuss with a friend. You don't keep things to yourself. You don't keep things, like that people, by the time they come out, then they're already gone. You will let the thing be in. By the time it tells you, maybe, I need this, I'm going through this. If you're not careful, it doesn't get to a hospital, doesn't get to maybe a psychologist, psychiatrist, then he's gone. Because I see a friend like that. By the time you reach out to a friend that, he sent a text message that, I think I better leave this world than to be in a family that will disturb me. By the time they got there, the guy was gone. Wow. But if you had shared it earlier, that's why sometimes we are always particular, we in mental, we are always particular about people like, you have to pick out the early signs.
But Doc, you see, there's some people who, as we're sitting, they're happy, they're excited, and in the next minute, they're gone.
See, what happens is that in depression, like when was somebody depressed? Maybe later we can talk about it. But that is when they are even getting better. That is where they have the strength to commit suicide. Yes, because when they are severe depressed, they don't even have the strength. The energy is not there. Yeah. Sometimes they even come to hospital. They are taking medication. They are going to psychotherapy. They are getting better. The family will come. I had one this year, very terrible one. When we all thought that the person was fine. Yes. Then I was called there about 3 days ago, and then they said, Doc, and I was shocked because he went all the way to even do ECT. And she herself come, we sat down with her. So I just do. So what were you expecting? That with your old mom, you want to leave your old mom, and then your old mom has done everything. Look at the amount that you have even paid in doing all these things. So sometimes it's not about you see the person laughing. Sometimes we have to pick some few signs. Right. So that they are withdrawn. Maybe they are using substances. He was taking alcohol, but now it's becoming too much. He's either not able to sleep. You have the person that around 3 a.m. he's up, he's not doing anything, he's just having racing thoughts. Some of them, they give you early signs that, I wish maybe, one day I sleep and I don't wake up. I'm going to travel, and that one, maybe I may not come again. So the person begins to share some of his or her expensive things. That there's no reason. Then that should get to a clue that, no, this person needs to see a mental health expert. Yeah.
Wow.
So very interesting. When is it time, like you've tried all the coping mechanisms, when is it time to say, I need to go to the hospital, I need to see a psychiatrist? Okay,
so I think, let me make this point that, you see, when you decide to see a mental health expert or psychiatrist or psychologist, it doesn't mean you are weak. It rather means that you are strong. Because some people think that, no, like, especially for we the men, we go through a lot of things and we want to hide it. I'll get better. I always like the women. When you go to even general hospitals, the women, something small, they want to seek help. But the men, I don't know whether it's the culture, a man said,
I think it's
like you have to be strong.
I think so. I mean, the hospital represents a place of weakness, and men are not supposed to present weakness. You know, so if you are going to hospital, it means asemoho. You know, so we don't want to be seen there. But that's the cultural thing that we need to solve. You know, we need to fix that.
So I think it's the other way around. You seeking help means you are stronger.
You're strong.
Yes, you seeking help.
So we should rather have that mindset.
That mindset that no, when I'm worried, when there's something bothering me, I need to seek help.
Yeah.
Than to say, oh,
that's
seeking
strength.
Help means no. So normally when there are warning signs or the signs are getting worse, like you are with a person, you realize that maybe the person's personal, how to do the personal hygiene or self-care is deteriorating, it's getting bad. The person getting socially withdrawn. It's affecting the person's performance or the person's work. And then sometimes even among, the family, you see that the person is not eating, he's not sleeping, he's losing weight. And then there are certain things that he says that you yourself, when you sit down and you analyze, doesn't really make sense. Yes. So there are a lot of things that you look for. Like when I've mentioned that he's not sleeping, you yourself, that sometimes some of the mental issues, the one who is not well doesn't see it to be a problem. It needs to be observed by maybe a family member or close relative who lives with the person. So you have observed that the person doesn't even go to work. He doesn't even have the zeal to go to work. Or the activities that he was previously happy or enjoying, he doesn't do them anymore. Maybe he was a chorister, he goes to church, he sings, he's an usher, he does everything nice. But even the zeal is not there. So maybe occupational relation, he doesn't want to go to work. Social relation, he doesn't even care. He comes home, he plays with the kids and everything. Now, like all those things are gone, and maybe he's now using substance. He's taking alcohol. He was somebody maybe once in a while taking alcohol occasionally, but now it has become consistent. Okay. Or the bottles, the number of bottles of units has increased, or he has even moved on to another harder substance. In all, some of them, they are just using to cope with the stress or what they are going through. And that is not the best way. So when you see some of these things, you know, or like we're talking about anxiety, now you see that when you get to work, you are so anxious that you can't even cope, you can't even work. You are like your hand is shaking, you are sweating, it's like you can't concentrate on anything. Okay. Then that's why you need to see a professional mental health personnel, or you need to see a psychologist that, these are the issues that I have and need to be attended to. And I always say that you coming to the hospital or seeing, or even sometimes even talking to a trusted friend to guide you. Yeah. So this is what I'm going through. Charlie, what do you think is the issue? And that's the first step. And then you need, I keep on saying that if you are coming to see a mental health person, doesn't mean that you are weak. Yeah. But in Ghana, like the stigma, the moment they mention, go to Ankafo or go to Akasa, like, oh, why are you going there?
I also feel that maybe what we should do moving forward, and this is a different conversation for another day, but what we should do is to not separate the mental health facilities from the regular hospitals, because that's where it's almost like it's a separate place. So it's like, oh, Kohase, you know, and it's like, hey, which people go here? You know, because nobody ever questions when you're going to, let's say, Greater Accra Regional Hospital, right? Or UGMC, right? Well, why doesn't UGMC have a space in there, a clinic?
UGMC have.
They do.
No, what I'm saying is that we need to maybe consider not separating them, do you see? Yes. So that we have that inclusiveness of the holistic medical, service.
Yeah, so now I think what the Ghana Health Service has done is that that is the proposal, like almost every facility, be it a district hospital or municipal hospital, should have a mental health unit. So that's like, if you are going to Cape Coast Teaching Hospital, you are going to UGMC have a colleague there. Yeah, okay. So you go to Kulebu. Kulebu, they have a mental health unit there. Yes. So it's not like, oh, you are going to Ankafu, you are going to Akasa, you are going to Panta. But almost every health facility, the idea is that from the Mental Health Act, it will have a mental health facility unit there. In there. So that when you go there and then you need to see a psychologist, you need to see a psychiatrist, then you are attended to. Okay. So, but the point is that sometimes we don't even want to make that point. I always say that the moment you feel like you are being overwhelmed with issues, being financial, and affecting your mental health, It's very important.
Yeah.
Because you need a good mental health. That will now make the whole body function well. Yeah. So it's like if you have issues, it's the mental health.
All right.
Doc, if we don't remember anything at all, what is that one thing you'd want us to remember, especially with coping with mental health during the holiday season?
So if there's one thing that we all need to know, like I'll say and say that one, resorting or seeking help is not weakness, but rather a strength.
Okay.
It shows that you are strong. And then we should not see it as maybe reporting to see, like the moment they mention, we'll go and see psychiatrists, to ask them about them. That kind of, so like there's that stigma.
Right.
We should be able to deal with it.
Yeah.
And during these festive seasons, what we need to do is that I said we should be compassionate with ourselves. Let's be realistic.
Yeah.
Yes, remember that this festive season will go.
The life will continue.
Life will continue. So whatever you have not been able to achieve, once you have life, once you are healthy, once you have good mental health, you can still achieve it.
I agree.
Yes, somebody has gotten an MBA in UCC. I think that is the acting vice chancellor's father at 80 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's not something that whatever you plan,
You can still get it done.
You can still get it done.
Yeah.
So it's not a matter of putting a lot of stress in ourselves. At this point, I always say that let's reduce the amount of alcohol that we drink, know where to go and know where not to go.
Right.
Know what to drink and know what you don't have to drink. Sometimes the kind of friends that you are with, if you are not careful, they will introduce you to certain things.
Yeah.
And by the time the festive season is over, maybe you can't get out of it.
Right.
People go to parties, and by the time you go, whatever happens to you, it becomes like a lingering thing in your mind. Like, I shouldn't have gone. So know where to go and where not to go, and the kind of friends that you have to be with them.
All right. Doc, thank you so much. We've been speaking with Dr. Robert Esua. He is a specialist psychiatrist and a member of the Psychiatric Association of Ghana. We've been talking about how to navigate loneliness and holiday stress during this season. We'll take a quick break. We'll be right back. There's more to come. You don't want to miss out.